Now, I am going to go through this from the easiest way to solve placement issues to the most difficult. From the easiest to the most difficult, all right? The easiest way to solve a placement problem, my friends, is to build a new leg. Now, hold on. Let's think about this. Let's talk about this for a minute, okay? I believe that it's easier to give birth than raise someone from the dead. It is. Do you not agree? I don't understand. I'm actually lazy with this. I'm going to tell you my lazy side of placements, okay? If I have a placement problem, I'm just like, I'll just build a new leg. Every time. That is my go-to. That's the easiest thing. I like easy solutions, right? And so I build another leg. And I know how to recruit, and you will too. And I know how to launch them, and you will too. And I know how to get somebody at least elite in 6 weeks, and you will too. Right? So let's talk about this. Why is it that this is the last thing that you do? You go through everything else besides building a new leg. Like, it's your last ditch effort is to build a new leg. Building a new leg is so much easier. Number one, they are fresh, they are excited, they have no bad habits, they don't know your weaknesses yet, right? They're ready to run with you, they listen to you, you have the right formula, you know what to do. I mean, literally, I can look at a new person if they're committed and capable and just say, boom, in 12 months, you're diamond. And I know exactly how to do it, right? So for me, building a new leg is the easiest thing. If your legs that you're holding on to so desperately are anything under 3,000 OV, let's think this through. You've been holding on to a black hole for 2 years. It's at 2,500 OV. You can't give it up. My friends, you just learned yesterday how to build someone to 3,000 in 6 weeks. It's very, very easy to build a new leg if you have the right skill set, which do you feel like you have now? If you're willing to work, are you? You're willing to do the work and you have the right skill set. Then building a new leg is actually the easiest. Now, I'm not always going to recommend you building that new leg and putting it on your front line. So let me show you why. It's an upline over there going, she just ruined my whole organization. I'm never ranking as... Now I'll show you why, okay? Let's go through this really quickly. And I'm just gonna give you an example. I tried to live, my kids will be like, that's not true, Mom, at least with doTERRA. I try to live according to the principles that I teach, right? Now you understand the joke. That leg in Taiwan that I told you about where the lady, our builder, got 4-stage cancer, right? She was diamond. She passed away, and she gifted her organization, which you can. She gifted her organization to her son because your business is your asset. Did you guys know that? You can sell it, you can gift it. It's just like a home, it's an asset, right? So she actually gifted that organization to her son. Her son was neither committed nor capable, wanted nothing to do with the business, and just wanted to sit on the front line. Do you guys have people in your organization kind of like that? Right? This was one of my qualifying legs for double presidential. It was one of my qualifying legs for double presidential. So we had a choice to make, Patrick and I and Dan. We could either drag this leg for a really long time and get rid of our time freedom there, or we could start a new leg. Now, I have to tell you that there is $90,000 to $130,000 of volume in that leg. What do you think my choice was? We started a new leg. We always support the people there. They are invited to all of our events. We're excited when they get going, but that leader, I will not drag. I would rather have my time freedom, does this make sense? And start a new leg. So if I can turn down and pass up $130,000 of volume, you can do it for 1,300, right? If time freedom is really what you want, that's the decision you have to make. If time freedom is really what you want. So, he wouldn't sell, he just wanted to sit there. That's fine. Over time, because she was a duct tape diamond and kind of weak, they became silver gold, right? Now they have, maybe a silver organization, lots of volume. It's great. It's great for my unilevel. There's a diamond in there somewhere down that is great. They can get into any of our training, but I will not drag that leg. Now, let's give you an example. Let me tell you what our goal is. Over time, eventually, for you to have time freedom, and with time freedom comes what? Financial freedom. You want to have CCs all across your front line, do you not? You want to have committed and capable leaders all across your front line. Now, sometimes this doesn't take a month, or 2 months, or 3 months. In fact, one of my leaders that's in the room right now, we have a 2-year plan of what we're going to do in the meantime to get there, and in 2 years, it will be all CCs as a presidential diamond. But right now, some of the people that we placed didn't turn out to do what we thought we were going to do. You guys have people like that in your organization, right? So imagine this. Here's you. You have a CC, a sharer, and 2 other CCs, okay? Now, is this a bad organization? No, this is pretty good. They have a lot going for them here, right? What if that sharer just has pretty little volume, but it's all product users? There's nothing really much you can work with under there, and the sharer is not really committed. What would be your best bet to work with that sharer and to place people underneath them so that sharer ranks you, which most of you have done, or to simply start a new leg? That right there would be your best bet, to start a new leg. Are we clear? Okay, let me give you another scenario. We can also place a CC under an existing leg. So, you know from the compensation plan that no matter where your qualified leader is, if it's front line or second line or third line, right? They can still qualify you. Does this make sense? Yeah, it's awesome. So here we go, let's look at this. Let's say, watch this, okay? Let's say you have 3 CCs on your front line, and you have a sharer. You have 2 sharers under the sharer. They have 4,700 and 3,500. And you have 1 product user at 1,800. Let's just say that you are a diamond. And you live off that diamond paycheck, and you can't drop rank. Does this make sense? Because sometimes if you go out and start a new leg and take energy off your, I can't think of the word I was calling it, black hole, right? Then sometimes in the meantime, when you do that, you can't do 2 things at once and you don't rank advance or you don't hold rank. Is this true? And if rank is super important, you can do something else, and we do this all the time. So you can actually place a CC underneath that product user, all right? And we're going to get more technical as time goes on and show you a bunch of different things. Underneath that product user, you can place a CC. Work with them like it's your front line, so that as they build and as they take time to get to the point where they're a silver, because you have to have 4 qualifying silvers to be a diamond, right? And you want all of those qualifying silvers in time to become CCs, so they'll keep moving forward and they become completely self-reliant, which gives you time freedom. You can place that under the product user so that you hold your rank in the meantime while you're building a CC. Are we clear? How many of you would this be a better bet than if you just place them frontline, right? Now, I do want to tell you the pros and cons to this, which your uplines won't tell you if they have to have you hold rank. Does this make sense? I have to tell you the pros and cons. The pros are that you're able to hold rank at the same time that you're building this new CC. But there are cons. Does anyone know what the cons are here? If you place that CC low in your organization, right? It hurts long-term unilevel. You get less money off that leader most of the time. As you know, as people grow, there are some situations where that's not true, but most of the time you make less money. But in certain circumstances, this is a better bet. In certain circumstances, if it's more important for you to make sure you have your diamond income coming in, let's say that if you lost diamond, you'd have to go back and get another job, which would mean you'd put less time into doTERRA. Would that be a good move for you to put them on the front line and have to go get another job? No. So there's circumstances where this is a better bet. Do we understand building a new lake? How many of you right now just need to build a new lake? Great. I think all of us do. You know, the coolest thing about doTERRA is this. We are never stuck. I am never put in a corner. I never, ever, ever feel stuck in this compensation plan, ever. Sometimes I feel lazy, sometimes I feel frustrated, sometimes I feel exhausted, but I never feel stuck. Because it's very clear to me that if I want to move forward, what can I do? I can go find somebody new and build a new leg. And because I have the skill set to build new, I'm not afraid to do it. I just have to decide to put the energy into it. Are we clear? Moving on. We can do an account transfer, okay? Now, it's so cool that doTERRA even offers this. It's awesome. Let's go back to that same scenario, and it looks like this. So let's say you have 3 CCs and you have 1 share. Now, I know what you're thinking in your mind. Most of you have 3 shares and 1 product user, or 3 product users and 1 share, right? That's okay, we're gonna get to that at the end, but I'm just giving a very simplified way of looking at it, all right? So what is our goal again? Time freedom. How do we get time freedom with doTERRA? By having what on our front line? Committed and capable leaders, right? That become self-reliant in time. So all you need to do, for this case, if you want to use an account transfer, you actually find a new person, someone that has not been enrolled as a wellness advocate in doTERRA. If you have details about this question, we're not going to go over it. Ask the Diamond Dashers, okay? So all you do is find that new person and you move them in. You can do this. You actually can, if you're silver and above, you can talk to your account manager. If not, talk to your silver above that has an account manager, and you just sign a form and you move someone into that position. It's called an account transfer. Now, let me ask you a question, and this is a problem that a lot of people, why wouldn't this be number 1 easiest thing? Why would starting a new lake be the easiest thing? Why is this the second easiest thing? Well, I'll tell you why. Because those people that move into that organization, do they know the people underneath? Do the people underneath respect them? Not usually. They don't even have any. So a lot of times when you move into an organization like that, they have to completely rebuild anyway. Have you seen that? Right. And not only that, how about this? You move that new person into the organization. Has anyone had an account transfer moved into the organization and it's just as bad? Nothing happened. And the new person still doesn't sign up. They're not committed or capable. Has this happened to some of you? You know, I have some leaders that have done the same position, have moved people into that position 4 and 5 times. Not gonna say her name, Molly Dayton. Molly, where are you? Are you here? She's not going to talk to me now. Are you here, Molly? Oh, she's in the back. She's talking to someone else. Good. Go ahead and talk. You don't need to listen. All right. So, no, actually, Molly does a whole big presentation on this, and she tells you that she's done that so many times, and she shows, it's great. It's a great presentation. Next. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta go back. I gotta talk about this, right? Everyone's like, hold on a second, Allyse. So, how do you make sure you don't do that? How do you make sure that the new person is committed and capable? Because remember, they can't be signed up. Oh, hold on. But how do they get people interested and sign other people up when they can't be signed up themselves? This is what you do. Number one, yes, you test to see if they're committed. You give them 3 or 4 things to do, right? Secondly, you do 3-way calls. And you simply tell them, you find 3 people to get on a call with me that are interested. Do you want somebody that you're moving into a new position to only be able to bring product users to the table? You want somebody that's moving into a new position because it's been a pain to be able to bring what? Builders. So you simply just say, hey, and you don't tell them that this is an option. You don't say, hey, we could move you into this position. Because whenever you offer something and then take something back from somebody, they're super discouraged, right? So you just say, hey, before you sign up, I have this great idea for a building idea, and I want you to try and get 3 people that you think are really committed and capable that are interested in the business on a phone call with me. And you just see if they can do it. If they can't, what do you think? We probably shouldn't do that account transfer. Are we clear? Yep. Some of my leaders just don't listen to this. They just do it anyway. And then 6 and 8 months down the road, when they've poured into yet another person, they have to do it again. Or that person just simply says, I won't give the position up. Yep. I'm just going to sit here, and you're just going to build me out. How many of you have that in your organization? Yeah, that's hard. Even if you have a contract when they come in, do you know that legally those contracts don't hold up? But if they have any integrity and you sign that, then sometimes they will. You can enforce it, okay? So the best way to move somebody into a new position as account transfer is you test them, you make sure they're committed and capable, and just get them. That's how, with Jenny Oates' team, do you know how many 3-way calls I had with her before we put people places? Do you know, like when she said, this is a frontline person, I'm like, okay, I want that person to get 3 people on a call with me, 3 people that are interested in the business. If they couldn't do it, they didn't go frontline to Jenny. She had to go diamond in 30 days. Are you clear? We tested them. So it's really clear. So it's not the easiest way to move forward or make changes in your organization. It's the second easiest. Next, enrollership change. Now, doTERRA offers yet another cool thing for us to solve our placement problems, and it's called an enrollership change. And you know that, we've said this again, or I've said this before, you know that no matter where someone is placed in your organization, if you have enrollership in that person, that could be a qualified leg for you, right? Doesn't matter if they're 10 levels down or they're frontline. True, right? All right, so let's look at this scenario. You have 3 CCs. You have a sharer, and then a CC that you didn't originally enroll. So what you can do is go to that sharer and ask for the enrollership of that CC. And you now have 4 qualified, committed, and capable builders. Why is this not, number 1, the easiest thing to do? Because getting this enrollership change is many times difficult. How many of you have you've asked for it and they've simply said no? How many of you have you asked for it and it's totally hurt the relationship? It's hard. This is a hard thing. This is not the easiest or the second easiest. So, there's a right way and a wrong way to go about doing this enrollership change. There is no call on this. I think, like, Patrick Sedivy is the king of enrollership changes. He is so, I was gonna say, that sounds really mean. I was gonna say he is so non-emotional. but he just is so level-headed, right? And here's me like, really? Like, seriously? I put that person there? I've been building them this whole time, you're not, you know, I would get way too, like, excited and probably offend, right? Not probably, absolutely offend. So Patrick in our organization, he's the guy that goes in and he creates what we call win-win situations. You can't just come in and say, I want to take this from you, because they will fight with that. You actually have to go in and you have to create a win-win situation where you say, all right, this is a win for you and I'm going to set this up for you. And it's a win for me. And if you're able and skilled enough to show that win-win, then they'll be fine giving the enrollership change. Even still, even if you try and show the win-win, some people just say what? No. They just have this fear of like losing something, right? How many of you would like Patrick to do a live on that? Like how to do, are you interested in that? Like how to do enrollership change? Yeah. Now, I would recommend never to do an enrollership change or ask for that unless you have a diamond help you. I would go up to a diamond upline and have them help you maneuver this so it doesn't hurt relationships and it doesn't offend people. Do you understand why this isn't number 1 or number 2? Right? So, enrollership changes, how many of you have actually done an enrollership change and it's totally helped you in your organization? Raise your hand. Yeah, I would say almost every single presidential diamond in the entire company has done an enrollership change for them to become presidential. It's very common. So what I'm saying is, all of the top ranked distributors that you see, they've used these things to fix their organizations too. They haven't just laid them out perfectly from day one. Are we clear? All right, moving on. How many of you need to get an enrollership change right now? That's what you need, and you're like, that's what I really need to have happen. Now, what if the person 3 levels down that you want to get enrollership is just kind of a really good share? Would you even try and go through that pain to have, no. You would do this only with someone that has a lot of commitment and capability. Are we clear? Because even if you go through all the problem of getting enrollership change, you're still in the same boat and you don't have someone committed and capable that you're working with. Next.